many things you can do to recover from harmful invalidation. Check the facts in a non-defensive way. It is helpful to check them out with another person you can trust to validate the valid. Acknowledge and work to change your invalid responses. If you were incorrect, admit it and try to change what you were thinking, saying, or doing. There's no need to blame. It never helps a situation. Drop judgmental self-statements. Even if you made a mistake or you were incorrect, it does not mean that you were stupid or even to blame for not knowing. There are often many valid reasons for invalid behavior. Remind yourself that all behavior is caused. That is true of your responses as well. Remember that you are and always have been doing the best that you can, given the circumstances and your personal history. Be compassionate towards yourself. Practice self-soothing. Admit that it hurts to be invalidated by others, even if they are right. Remind yourself that invalidation, even when you were right, is rarely a catastrophe. You will survive and the world will not end. Acknowledge your valid responses. If your responses were valid under the circumstances, acknowledge that you are correct or that your responses are reasonable and normal for the situation. Self-validation can take a lot of work and a lot of verbal processing with others, but is well worth the effort. Describe your experiences and actions in a supportive environment. That can be vital to letting go of invalidation. The describing process is similar to exposure therapy or for trauma and anxiety disorders. Through the experience of non-reinforced shame and personal invalidity invoked in describing, you can gradually learn that your responses are understandable and valid in important ways. Use all of the steps for validating on yourself. It might seem like a very simple point to validate yourself, but people often forget. Pay attention to your own behavior. Reflect by describing to yourself your own private thoughts and feelings and public behaviors. Be mindful of your own emotions and your situation. Try to understand your deepest thoughts and feelings. Acknowledge the valid by standing up for yourself when your behavior is valid, even if others don't see it. Treat yourself with respect. You are equal to others. Practice radically accepting yourself. That requires acknowledging that being invalidated by others hurts. It requires compassion towards yourself and self-soothing. It will ultimately be much easier if you can also practice radical acceptance of the person who's invalidating you.